Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're doing something pretty cool. We're totally demystifying the black box of AI agents. We hear this term thrown around constantly in the tech world, right? But what actually goes on inside them? And honestly, more importantly, how can we actually use them to do our heavy lifting?
I mean, how exactly does an AI agent take just one simple instruction and somehow magically turn it into a complete, multi-step project? It's absolutely crucial to figure this out if you're looking to actually leverage these tools. And spoiler alert, the answer isn't magic. It's actually a beautifully logical system built from a core set of building blocks.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, inside an AI agent. Second, goals and planning. Third, memory and tools. Fourth, taking action. And finally, putting it all together. Let's dive in.
Section 1. Inside an AI agent. Let's look at the core components.
Okay, to really ground this in reality, I want you to think of an AI agent exactly like a highly skilled human assistant. Seriously, if you hire a brilliant human assistant but give them literally zero direction, absolutely no resources, and zero context about your business, well, they're gonna fail, right? An AI agent is no different. It absolutely requires a specific framework to operate effectively. So here are the 5 core building blocks that make up every single effective AI agent: goal, planning, memory, tools, and actions. It's kind of like a giant puzzle. If you remove even one of these pieces, the entire system just totally falls apart. So let's break them down. Moving on to Section 2, goals and planning. This is all about defining success. Right, so everything, and I mean everything, begins with a goal. This defines exactly what success looks like, and it gives the AI its ultimate direction. For example, let's say you give it the prompt, create a 10-minute YouTube video about AI agents. Well, that is the goal. It becomes the system's North Star. Without it, the AI is basically just a car idling in the driveway going absolutely nowhere.
But a goal by itself is really just a wish, and that's exactly where planning steps in. The agent has to actively decide what to do first, what to do second, and what to do third. It takes your massive request and turns it into bite-sized, totally manageable tasks.
So to actually tackle that YouTube video, the agent maps out a highly structured battle plan. First, it knows it needs to hit the books, research the topic and find those key facts. Then, it creates an outline for a logical flow before it even starts writing the actual script. Finally, it completely pivots into creative mode, suggesting visual pairings and generating a super catchy title. So what was once one overwhelming demand becomes a totally seamless, automated checklist. All right, Section 3, memory and tools, context and capabilities. First up here we have memory. Just imagine an assistant who literally forgets your brand's tone of voice every single morning. Exhausting, right? Well, memory provides that absolutely crucial ongoing context. We're talking things like your project instructions, your preferred writing style, and even specific user preferences. Whether it relies on saved project files or this kind of long-term dynamic memory, it just ensures you never have to constantly repeat yourself. And then we have tools. Now, this is the massive upgrade. This is what takes a basic run-of-the-mill text generator and turns it into a highly capable digital worker. An agent can literally reach right out of its chat window. It can check your calendar, run a web search for real-time data, crunch numbers in a spreadsheet, and then turn around and draft an email with its findings. It's actually out there, actively interacting with the digital world.
Which brings us to Section 4, taking action, executing the plan.
So now comes action execution. After the agent has planned, done the research, and utilized all its tools, it finally does the actual work. It drafts that report, organizes the notes, or generates the code. But here is a really crucial best practice to keep in mind. For any sensitive actions, like, say, firing off emails to important clients or making actual financial purchases, you can configure the agent to pause for human approval. So the AI is doing all the heavy lifting, sure, but you still firmly hold the keys.
Finally, Section 5, putting it all together. Let's look at the complete workflow. I want you to imagine dropping this single, incredibly powerful master prompt into your newly assembled AI agent. Launch my YouTube video. Let's just watch those gears spin into action.
In this literally lightning-fast sequence, the agent springs to life. It digests the goal, instantly maps out a sequential workflow, and then taps straight into its memory to recall your specific channel's tone and style. And then, armed with all that context, it deploys web tools to gather research before automatically pivoting to draft the core script. It's amazing to watch.
And without missing a beat, it moves right into the packaging phase. It suggests thumbnail ideas, prepares SEO keywords, and generates a final publishing checklist. And finally, totally respecting its guardrails, it pauses safely just to ask for your review. It's a completely autonomous workflow managing a highly complex project from start to finish. So, just to summarize all of this: goal, planning, memory, tools, and actions. This cohesive, interconnected system, that is exactly what transforms a simple, reactive chatbot into a complex, multi-step, and just highly capable digital partner.
So I have to ask, what real-world task do you want to automate? Planning a complex family trip? Creating some massive presentation for work? I seriously challenge you to map out these 5 steps for your own life today. Because honestly, mastering this framework isn't just about saving time right now, it's about preparing for tomorrow. Think about it. If this is what just one AI agent can do all by itself, what on earth happens when we start linking dozens of them together to run entire companies? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Get out there and start building.